Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delias Paris, and my channel is Indian Hen Farm. This is another installment of the full journal tutorial. And if you want to see all of my latest videos, hit the like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, if you put them in the comments, I do respond to everything. So, let's get started. I am so sorry it took so long to get back to this between Helene and all of the devastation we experienced here in Asheville without power, without water, without cable, without phones. It's taken a little time to be able to kind of get back in things, and also had to move my studio out of my workshop. So, but I'm back and it's time to get back to work. So I started this tutorial once and had some technical malfunctions. So this was the book we were making, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. I did part of this on the tutorial before my video kind of went disastrous, so I'm going to show you some of this on this other one, but it's going to work for this. The first thing I wanted to share with you is we did the decoupage on this cover on the last one. And sometimes when you decoupage, you have these white spaces in these napkins. And one of the things I like to do is use this archival ink from Ranger. And I have all different colors, but I gotta tell you, the brown's my favorite because it has this aged vintage look. And I have a big makeup brush. One of the things I like, the reason I use the big one and not the Distress Oxide, is it's waterproof, acid-free, and permanent. And the Distress Oxide is not. So I just get my brush, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm just giving you a feel. And see how that white just disappears, and it ages those white spots to give this a really sort of vintage look, and I love it. And so I just go in and play with these, and you just get such a cool look. So that's what I do after I decoupage. I just wanted to give you a little look of that. Okay. Last week we were at the spot where we folded these pages, and we decoupaged the cover. But what we want to do on this inside, and let me see. Okay. This was a journal that I had cut before I started leaving those pages in, but I'm just going to show you on this center piece so you can get a feel. So we're just cutting the washi tape and popping it in here. And so you would take your washi tape, and I'm going to go in the center for the first one and give it a cut. And then I would take my glue, and I'm using this Bearly Art. I used to only use the Art Glitter Glue, but I heard so many people kind of rave about this stuff. You know what, let's go on and we're reinforcing this washi tape because washi tape, even though it's a little sticky, it just doesn't really last that stickiness. It'll start to come up over time. So I like to reinforce it with a little glue to make sure it stays on there. And then I'm going to pull up the top because I didn't press this down. I just kind of laid it down. So it will come up pretty easily. Grab that and do the bottom half. Okay. I'm so excited to get this tutorial done because I feel like it's taken so long and I'm feeling kind of guilty. But I also want to do more full book tutorials just because I think it's the part that makes us the most nervous. And I mean, I kind of get why, because it's sort of, you know, it's a big piece of the journal. And then I usually take another washi tape and I'm going to line it up edge to edge with this one so it looks nice. Hold it. Come down, and we're going to cut it with the same piece. I know this is an ugly journal, but It'll look good by the time I'm done. Was it, one of the artists always says, you just keep working on it till you like it. I can never remember her name. Okay. And we're going to go a little more glue, reinforce that. And I'm just going to do this side as well. Bottom half. I find I never have those fancy washi tapes with the paper backing very often. So this is kind of my method, is to do the bottom half and the top half. And let's make sure it's straight. I don't think it is. Okay, right there. And now we're going to take our bone folder and just go in that crease, right? Nice. Okay. And make sure it folds, and it does. And make sure that side's straight. Okay. And let's do the other side. Okay. And make sure we're straight down here. Yeah, okay. And we're going to, you know, you don't have to do this washi tape piece inside, because really, you don't see, by the time you have your signatures in, you really don't see that much of it. But I still feel like it looks better. It's like an additional detail. Actually, we're going to go further out. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Let's do the bottom half. I like these little details that I feel like you don't have to do, but make the journal even more precious. Okay. And that one's a little long on the bottom, so I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Okay. And make sure we are down. And we are. Okay. So pretty easy, right? So we're just sort of decorating and reinforcing that center with washi tape. And look at how much prettier it looks with the washi tape. And then here's a completed journal. You can't see that much, but the little pieces that you can see, it's finished. It's not just cardboard. And I think it looks prettier. Okay. So the next portion is, I would say, the part that takes the most time, and you just really need to, you know, take your time. It's not hard. It's just time intensive. And so what we're going to do is make a model for basically punching our holes and for where our signatures are going to go. This book here is big enough for 3 signatures, this width. This one, I really feel like is going to do better with 2. This one is the same width as this one that I just finished. And it's got 2 signatures. It's got plenty of space to add tucks and pockets and all kinds of yummy goodness. So I'm going to do 2, even though I love the look of 3 on the outside as opposed to 2. But I put a 3rd hole here, and it's a little mushed in there. But I'll do a really nice dangly charm, and that'll finish that off really nicely. So we are going to pretend that I haven't done these holes, and we're going to get some graph paper. This is going to be your best friend, this graph paper. And what we're going to do is basically, we are going to decide, let's use this side. Okay. We're going to decide how much of this we need. Now, sometimes going on the inside is a little trickier, and it's a little easier to put our book back in, right? Remember we kept that? Fold it up, and this will give you an idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'm just making sure my computer doesn't die on y'all. Come on. Did something get unplugged? Bear with me. Come on. Okay, sorry. All plugged in now. My gosh. Okay, so I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make a pencil mark here. And I'm leaving a little of this edge because I know I want all of those lines. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 squares, 4 squares. And I'm going to go just a little past it. So that way I really have all of the lines and grids for the 4 that I'm using. Let's trim this off. Hopefully this will make sense as we do it, I think. Ah, there we go. Gotta find my line. Let's make sure this is, yeah, it's folded. Okay. And, you know what? Let's go that way. Make sure it's nice and flat. Okay. I love this paper trimmer. But when I bought it, I thought I rarely use 12 by 12 paper, and now I wish I bought the big one. So, you know, I'm going to end up having to buy another one. I have like 30 mats, 5 paper trimmers, never quite enough. Okay, so we have room past here. We've got some extra room, and here we've got some extra room. And that helps us just to know sort of like we can use all of these lines for marking. I'm going to cut this other side down just a tiny bit because it's a little big. And let's see. There we go. Just want a little past. Okay, there we go. Okay. And now we know we got to measure our length. So get your book back out. And we're going to go basically wherever you want your... I like to leave a little tiny bit of room up here. I think it looks a little nicer. And I'm going to go here. So I'm basically measuring how long this needs to be. Come on. Ah, there we go. And I'm hoping, well, okay. Let's go. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I can cut this extra off. And I'm going to cut a little past that crease just to make sure I have all my yummy goodness. Okay. So there's my fold. Okay. So I've already decided I need 2 signatures. And that makes this much easier. But I'm going to give it, I'll show you 3. So what we're going to do is we are going to fold our paper in half. And we're folding from those grid lines that we actually need, right? So that line to that line, leaving that excess out. Those lines are going to be your best friend, okay? Okay. That line to that line. And that line to that line. Okay. Okay. So I fold it in half. Now, I'm going to fold this half in to the crease. Okay. 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 Just take your time. Make sure it's all nice and straight. Okay. And we'll fold this one in too. Okay. Where's my crease? There it is. Okay. Fold in, fold in, fold in, and fold in. Okay. And now I've got the lines for where I'm going to go. So I've got my creases. So I'm going to go one down. Now, okay. Where you put these holes is going to determine how much of that paper you can use. Now, I really like to use A4 paper. This journal is smaller. The whole book is just about the size of my A4 paper. So by the time I put in my holes, I'm going to have to trim some of this paper off. So on this one, these pages are small. They're, inside those holes, right? So if you want to use full A4 paper, let's see, this would work for A4 paper because I have plenty of room to put my holes down here and up here and leave room for that full piece. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out books and are trying to determine sort of how big your journaling space is going to be. So we are going to go along those creases. And depending on how much allowance you want to leave, you're going to go one dot in that crease, one dot in the other crease. And those are now aligned with equal amounts of space on either side. Then come down and we went one, two down. So now we're going to come. We know we had that excess, that fold right here. 1, 2. And we're going to go in the crease and in the crease. And now you know where your holes are going to go. Do yourself a favor. T for top, B for bottom. Okay. And I always name this. So this is my green flower book. That's what it's called right now. Green flower book. This is my template that I will use for my signatures, for everything to do with this book. And so I'm going to keep it. And if it ever, for some reason, gets separated, I've labeled it. So I know. I know which side's the top. I know which side's the bottom. Even if you think you have it perfect, over time, you're going to find you don't. So, like, if you accidentally use, say, I didn't mark top and bottom, and I went and used it this way, I'm going to find that it's slightly different with my signatures, and they're not going to fit perfectly. So, label your template. Okay, and then what you're going to do, and this is, I'm going to get rid of this one because this is the template I actually used on the video that I made that my system went down. Okay, so you are going to punch your holes. And I don't have a crocodile. I wish I did. It's on my Christmas list. Hoping I get one. Hint, hint, my husband. So you would just basically bulldog this in. Exactly where you want it. Okay. Make sure it's right. Hold on. Okay, I wanted it right here. Okay. And I clip it. And then I make sure this is exactly where I want it. And I'm going to clip it. Okay. And this is the only part of this tutorial that I feel like if you don't take your time, you'll regret it. So it's not hard. It's just sort of making sure things are where you want them, because these holes, you can't really take them back very easily, right? Okay. So I would just hold this, come in with my hole punch, and punch in. Okay. And you're going to do that for all 4 holes. If you want to do a signature with 3, I'll show you on this. Okay. Here's 3. So let's just cut this excess off. however many you want. Just do your folds. So if we're doing 3, we're going to want to find the center, right? So we're going to fold it this way. There's 1, right? Then we're going to fold this piece in half, right? Okay. Paper models. I used them as a jeweler all the time for jewelry to make sure things work, and it's kind of foolproof. I love me a paper model. Okay. So there's our 2 creases. So when I pull that out, I know here's a crease 1, here's the one in the middle, and here's one. And I've got them evenly spaced. And then to find the center, you're just going to fold it in half. Okay. There's my center. Let's get rid of these. That's not even right. Okay. So 1 on that crease, 1 on that crease, 1 on that crease. See what I'm saying? And so if you wanted this a 1/2 inch down, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That was 1, 2 squares, 1, 2, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Get rid of these. Top, bottom, and there's my template. And this graph paper makes sure everything's spaced pretty accurately, right? So use your graph paper for that, and I don't think you'll regret it. Okay, so now we're going to do our rivets, or grommets. I really feel like when you're using this elastic binding, the grommet's your friend because it's going to slide in and out. It's not going to catch. So this is my cheapy grommet set. And I had to replace it because, yeah, anyway, my studio, that's why it's taken so long, is Amazon wasn't really delivering because, so we're going to pop our piece in here, right? Come over and let's make sure. Okay. Is that, yeah. Okay. Put our donut down. Amazon wasn't delivering because we had so many roads closed from the hurricane, and so I couldn't get a replacement, and it's just taking me a little time. Okay. I think that's right. I hope it's right. I do it really lightly just to check it. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay. This one has, there it is. Okay, a little different than my big set. This is 3mm grommets. Okay. Let's come and do the bottom. Pop in there. Huh, okay. Oh, Lordy. Pop it back in, Delays. I'm Butterfingers. My husband says I'm the clumsiest person he knows. And honestly, I am. I really am a very clumsy person. If I can drop something and break it, I will. And my poor daughter, she's got my clumsy gene. Okay. And get this little donut down. I'll link to these supplies, but so I'm not affiliated with any of these. I don't sponsor anything. I just usually put the links because sometimes people ask. Okay, 1 there, and let's do this last one. And I usually do these pretty lightly to start with, and then I'll tighten them up after they're all done. Yeah, see, this one's just different. It's got, there we are. That groove is so light. Sometimes I can't feel it with all this cardboard. So I want a crocodile. I really do. I think Santa might bring me one. I hope. It's one of those things I can never justify buying because technically I can do grommets, so it feels excessive. Okay. Am I in? Huh? Take my time, make sure I'm in. Come on. Ah, there we go. Sorry. Okay. And we're good. So we've got our holes. We've got our spot. We're looking really good in our centering. And my gosh, I'm so excited. It's looking really good. Okay. So I don't have my signatures ready for this, but I'm just going to show you. Well, let's see. Bunka bunka. Do I have some paper folded? Here. When you are doing, you know what? I'll show you that part next. Let's just, I told you I'd show you the whole thing and I will. Okay. I want to cover up this and I'm thinking I want to use some of my eco prints. Let's see. These ones aren't, yeah, you know what? Let's do this one. Okay, so I am going to start off by getting this cut in half. Are we good? Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to get all this out of the way. Give us more room to work. Okay. So, oh yeah. There we go. Okay. Huh? Oh, no, we'll lose it completely. Well, hold on. That doesn't bother me. Kind of. Okay. So, I'm going to mark. I want to leave a little edge around here. A little edge all the way down. We're going to make sure it's straight. And let's take off just a hair here. And a hair. Well, hold on. I think right about there. Okay. Let's cut it. You probably know how to do this part already, but I'm gonna go in this way. Make sure that's there. Come on. Okay. Okay. Is that right? Okay. Ah. Take that off. And we were taking off this. And then we'll check it, make sure. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. Ow, it did it. Okay. Hold on. It did it. It did it. I'm going to cut that by hand because okay. Okay. We're going to go here to here. Looking good. I think we should distress it a little. Here is this and this. I'm going to use Vintage Photo. I don't really have to worry about the bottom because it's going to be hidden by that other pocket. Okay. Oh, let's do. Okay. And I like something that, this is cardstock that I eco printed. I like it just to be a little thicker. I don't really use the flimsy paper for this. Like it to have some substance. Okay. Oh, let's keep going. Okay. Huh. Okay. And just a little in the middle. Okay. And Get you situated. I like to stand up for this. Looking good. Oh, a little further up. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's use our bone folder. Make sure that's down. Looks good. And that will end up being glued there. And I don't like this shiny piece. I know I want to do something. And this doesn't. So someone left a comment and said, but you covered up all the pretty pictures. And I'm like, well, because my thing is plant-based. And that is not plant-based. Some of them, like this one, has some map, and I haven't decided if I'm going to keep that or not, because that might work, but I will end up covering this. Okay, let's just keep moving on. Okay, so now I'm going to do this side. Some people cut two of the same. I tend to do them separately. Viewer's choice. And, okay. But I do want it to be, so since I lined it up with that old paper, I know they'll be in the same spot. Here. And here. Okay. Let's hope this one cuts better. I've already managed to mess up my blade. And so I need to get my order in for a few new blades. But I love this paper trimmer. Okay, let's see. Let's go in. Okay. There we go. And some of this off, right? All right. Make sure that's straight. Okay. There we go. Okay. Looking good. Yep. Okay. Let's give it a little ink. I really think this is a pretty easy book project, and it looks really, I like the look of it anyway. I think it looks good. And it's fun. Okay. Get this out of the way. We're going to glue this one down. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And down here. Okay. Oh, and here. Get it all. And then just a little in the middle. Okay. And let's get it in here. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Oh, okay, looking good. Make sure that's down. And move that glue just a little bit. Make sure it's... Okay. Okay. And this one is pretty much ready to go. Let's put a, what do we measure here? Probably, what? 8 inches. So we need to go 4 inches down. Here's my baby ruler. I love this little ruler. It's been my friend for a long time. So there's 4. Okay. Let's use our 1-inch circle punch and make a shallow cut just to represent that that opens and closes. Okay. There we go. And let's give it some ink. You know, when I did jewelry, I didn't think, so I've always loved everything art. I've always been like interested in learning sort of anything, whether it's basket weaving, felting, rock painting, you know, anyway. But I didn't think, I thought so when I finally got good at metalsmithing, I thought, well, you know, there's those people who are good at everything. I just thought I wasn't one of those people, and I better stay a jeweler because it's the only thing I ever figured out how to be good at. So it's been kind of a lot of fun to find a new outlet. I'm enjoying it, really enjoying it. Okay, and we all know that I like to throw something in that pocket before I glue it down just to give it some space. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this here and press. And, okay. Huh? Okay. And, okay. And that just gives us some ease. I forgot to glue these. Little ease, which I love. Okay. Because it makes putting things in and out of that pocket so nice and easy. So there's that pocket. And for sake of time, because I really want, you know what we're going to do? Let's go this way. Okay. Yeah. I want that to be straight. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Cut some of that off. Let's glue this shut. Okay. Okay. Up. Go all the way in. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm going to glue on the edge of that washi tape. And fold it over. Okay. And let's glue, hold on. Make sure that's right. Okay, we're gonna glue this in. Okay. And this one in. Okay. Okay, I want some more washi tape. Let's do this one. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put some glue on this one. Washi tape really likes a little extra help from its friend. Okay. And down and down. Cut close. Okay. Yeah, see, that's more my style. More my flavor of Kool-Aid. Let's go down and that one's got a little too much right there. So I'm going to cut that little corner off because I don't want to impede that pocket. Drop my scissors. Okay. I'm trying to move. Okay. Got that one off. Okay. Let's glue this little section down. And only if you don't like that page. So I'm just covering it up with washi. You can use paper. You can use napkin. You could do paint. You can do whatever you want. If those pages that you're keeping don't work with the aesthetic you had in mind, right? Okay, look at that. I like it. Okay. And on this one, I'm going to do some stenciling. Let's see. What do we got? We've got our stencils right here. You know what? We're going to use that one just to make our lives easy and quick. And I've got my vintage photo. Yeah, we can do. You know what? I think I'm going to go kind of dark on this one to contrast with those leaves. It's got some newspaper. I like this to be sort of off tilt because I think it looks not as purposeful. Like it looks a little more, I don't know, artistic, I guess would be the word. Okay. I'm going to use my soft makeup brush again. Oh, hold it. Sorry. And let's get in there. And I don't have to go all the way down because that pocket's going to cover quite a bit. Okay. Okay, let's just go here. Ah, I like it. I do. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. And we are going to just ink this edge. Look at us. We are rocking and rolling. Okay. Okay. And we're going to ink here. Okay. And here. Okay. And okay. So we can get a little ink on there. Okay. We know. I think I'm going to leave those. I don't think I'm going to put notches on those because I kind of like the way that looks just as is. But if you wanted a notch like you did on this side, we would just measure out 4 inches. Should we do one notch and leave the other one? Let's do it. Okay. So we're going to go 4 inches down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And where's my, I I'll be honest. I have a 1-inch circle punch and I think I have a 3-inch. I keep thinking I need to get all the sizes, but I just make things work. I kind of feel like you can go a little crazy just always buying another tool. But sometimes less tools force me to actually be more creative. Okay, and we're gonna erase our pencil mark. Let's glue this down. There's our double, sorry, I keep putting that pen in my mouth. Gosh, why do I do that? This is our doubled up edge to make sure that this pocket is reinforced and strong. This is also that thicker paper because you know those front pages and all those books are always a little heavier. Okay. All that. And I'm going to just get a little more glue on this edge. Okay. And we're going to go on either side, right? Just the bottom and the top. Here. Okay. And here is pocket 1. Let's just hold it for a minute. Get my bone folder. Okay. Oh, thin. And we're going to do pocket 2. Okay, and here. Top, bottom. Okay. Oh my God. What do y'all think? Okay. There's our cover. And it looks great. It's so much fun, right? I love it. I think it looks really good. So, you know, we can decorate and embellish the front some more. We can go crazy with it. And then we are going to have to cut and measure our signatures, which I'm going to show you next because I just thought I was going to keep going with this project. I love the idea of sort of showing you tucks and folds as I do them and, you know, page ideas. So I'm just going to keep working on this journal. I think once a week. That's my goal. And we'll just have some fun with it. And if you see things that you like that you want to add in yours, you can. And if you feel like you've got it from here and you're ready to rock and roll, you can do that too. But I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I am going to show you how to cut and measure the signatures as I just continue on with this, but this is the basic book concept. Now, a lot of this is just, you know, you going and having fun. But one of the things I did want to talk about in the next video as I'm picking out my signatures is paper weight, which I think is more important than people think, and it's something I don't see a lot of people talk about. But like and subscribe if you would like to continue to follow this journey. And if not, I'm glad you joined us today. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, just put them in the comments and I will respond to them. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Halloween.